It's time for the Week 8 AD podcast for your Lebanon Warriors. Let's catch up with Keith Pantling. Keith, how are we doing this morning?
Awesome. As we always do to start, we talk about the beautiful weather, and we're into postseason with golf and tennis this week. Just been a beautiful fall so far.
Yep, let's keep it rolling. I think we're going to get some rain late Wednesday, Thursday, and hopefully it's out for a big football game, which we'll talk about here shortly. But let's start with boys cross country. Looks like the boys traveled down to Louisville over the weekend, and then let's see, they have the mile time trial at Lebanon track, and then into the ECC. So busy time for cross country.
They went down to Louisville. Our coach does a great job, Coach Bierkin, of just getting them. They usually do one out-of-town trip a year where they just go compete against some really elite talent. They did Louisville this year. Our girls ended up finishing second out of like 35 or 37 schools there, and the boys finished eighth. So, yeah, you mentioned the time trials. They kind of take this week off and kind of do that tapering, if you will, going into the postseason, which the ECC we host on the LHS campus next weekend. So this Saturday they kind of do their time trials just to see where they're at, and we're off. We go to the postseason.
Sounds like weather next week is going to be in the 60s. Sounds like great running weather.
A lot different than when we host our invitational on Labor Day weekend, where it's a little steamy out there. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Let's switch over to the Gridiron, the 26th annual Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown with Tom Gamble and his group. But I know there's some other things going on. Kings is coming to Lebanon, big game, and you got some other things to promote about that week's game.
Yeah, well, obviously it's a big game for our community. We played in the non-conference for a long time, now in the same conference. So really hyped up football game, if you will, that our kids get really excited about. So a lot surrounding the game. You mentioned the Skyline Crosstown game. There's a pep rally on Wednesday in town that our team and cheerleaders and things will be at right there in town at our Skyline. TPC Rivers Bend's involved, so they're doing some in-game things and promoting the game as well. And then it's junior high night. It's a pink out, all of the above. So yeah, it's a wild one that we're going to be prepping for all week. But always a good crowd for that game. Always a great game. Both teams, kind of taking similar paths getting to this one, and hopefully both teams are healthy, and it's a great game Friday night.
On paper, it should be a really close game and a great football night.
Yeah, they've both been very gritty, to say the least. It's funny, just looking at our conference and things, and we were talking a little bit before we went on. It's almost like who's healthiest going into each week, and you try to find some holes in the other team's depth chart, if you will, to see kind of where they're banged up going through this gauntlet. But we've done a great job just staying the course, playing complementary football, made some special teams plays, the defense playing great, offense making plays when they have to. So it's been a fun year so far. In the middle of the pack right now of the ECC is kind of just anyone's game there to shoot up the standings. So it's a big one this week.
Yeah, best of luck to the Warriors and your staff and all the things they've got to prep for Friday night. Hope it's a great night. Let's switch over to the links. It looks like both boys and girls sectional play that starts today and tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm heading out to the boys here in a few minutes. Obviously, we get together on Monday morning, and they're over at Yankee Trace up near Centerville. So we go north for that. Our girls do go south. They'll be over at Walden Ponds on Tuesday. And looking forward, our girls golf last week won the ECC in that final match. It was awesome, awesome event. Yeah, so we caught them out at Harmon. Anna Spar went 39. Olivia Donovan went 39. Riley Johnson went 36. Ended up winning 156 to 160 against Anderson. Very talented team. They kind of battled all year long in both the preseason and postseason matches, and they split those. So it was going to come down to this regular season match. And our coach, Pam Russell, has been coaching for 29 years since the inception of the program and had never won a conference title. So it was certainly an awesome week for girls golf. And now we're going to try to see if we can get through sectionals from a team standpoint and send the whole group to districts. So it's an exciting week and exciting time for girls golf.
Isn't that so exciting for a team where a coach has been around for a long time and they capture their first title? It's just so gratifying, isn't it? Just for the team, for the athletic department, for the coach. It's why high school sports are so great.
Yeah, and so it's funny because Coach Russell kind of came in before the season after tryouts, and she goes, Keith, you got to see some of these scores. And the thing was, like, she knew Riley was coming back and these different things, but in one of the tryouts, freshman Olivia Donovan shot like a 36 or something, an even par in the tryout. And she's like, I think we got a chance at the conference this year. And sure enough, we just kind of kept tabs on it. They kept their head down and kept working. And but it takes a team. And so Lindsay Donahue and Anna Spar and Andy Addis and everyone just chipping in throughout the year to make it happen was really gratifying for the girls and for Pam for sure.
Yeah, that's so excellent. And best of luck to them in the tournament and the boys. So let's switch over to the pitch. Let's see. We still got a few games to wrap up the regular season. The boys are traveling to Turpin on Thursday, and then they will host Miamisburg on Saturday at 1:00. Let's talk a little bit about boys soccer.
Yeah, so they're sitting in fourth in the ECC. It's tight, atop the standings. 4 teams, I think, have 1 loss. We have 2. Turpin's one of those teams, so we're going to come up and get a chance against them on Thursday. And then they earned a 0-0 draw with Kings on this past Thursday, which was a really great game. And they earned it. It was a gritty game that they had to really battle till the end. So we'll see what shakes out with Turpin, but really so happy with this program and team going into the season. Outside of the building, I think you would say that expectations were pretty low, and Coach Aaron has got the guys playing really well, and we'll see where things shake out for the postseason draw. But it's been really, really awesome season so far for boys soccer.
Sounds great. Switching over to girls soccer, on Tuesday they host Turpin league match, and then travel to Lima Senior at the Warren County Sports Park. Let's see, and then that's their 2 matches this week as their regular season winds down.
Yep, and then they'll finish up with Winton Woods. So 3 winnable games coming down the pipe. They went 4-2-1 in September after kind of a slow start. So really hitting their stride. Senior night on Saturday was an awesome win over Fairmont, and Coach Aaron Edmonds has them rolling at the right time. So like I mentioned, 3 winnable games here. Turpin's going to be a tough one. Lima, they're hosting them in Lebanon, but over at Warren County Sports Park, and then Winton Woods to finish it off before the postseason. So yeah, they're doing some really great things, and like I said, hitting their stride at the right time.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Let's go over to the hard court, where the girls tennis team has had a really nice season, and they start sectional play Tuesday, and best of luck to them. But they had a nice win hosting Fenwick last week, 3-2, and I know Fenwick's pretty tough in tennis, so good luck to them.
That was a great win, and then they ended up winning at the Coaches Classic. They won the Flight G championship, so bringing home some hardware. Now they head to Centerville tomorrow. I go out there every year and check them out at sectionals at Centerville, and this year I'm looking forward to going out for 2 days because we're going to get some girls that go back and return on Wednesday for that second day. So that's exciting to see them competing at the level they're competing at this year, and so hopefully we can advance a little deeper than we typically do. But so proud of that program this year.
Yeah, it's really great stuff, Keith. Let's wrap up with the always tough Lebanon girls volleyball program, 12-4 in the regular season so far. They're winding down their regular season, getting ready for tournament play, which I believe they'll make a long run. Let's see, they have host league opponent Walnut Hills on Tuesday, and then travel on Thursday to Kings. So 2 tough matches late in the year, but got to get those league wins in.
Yeah, they had a 4-0 week this past week. They played Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, went 4-0. I think some folks were a little bit nervous about Fenwick coming in here on Saturday, traditional power in the D2.
Right.
And we took care of business and ended up winning that 3-0. So I mentioned girls soccer hitting their stride. I think volleyball's kind of trying to figure out how to click on all cylinders right now and have won 5 in a row. They'll take their shot at Kings, who's undefeated. Kings had an awesome win for the ECC over Seton this past weekend. Who was ranked 1 in the state. So Kings is no joke. They're very talented, but we'll take one more shot at them before the postseason. And then I believe it's this Sunday. We already got postseason voting for volleyball. So we host the Division II tournament at Lebanon High School. So everything starts kicking off here very quickly in terms of postseason play.
The second season within the fall season.
Yes.
Nice. Well,
Absolutely.
great week for the Warriors. Best of luck this week for all the student athletes, your staff, and all the support. Hope it's a great week, Keith, and we'll touch base this time next week.
You got it. Thanks, Rob.
Have a good week. Thank you.